Welcome to the vFabric tcServer Total Cost of Ownership demonstration. Here at VMware, we have developed an application to be able to visualize the return on investment an organization may see when they move away from the J2E application server to the vFabric tcServer. Talk to customers about the cost of tcServer. The direct reflection we get is the cost of licenses. Compared to a commercial J2E application server, the license cost of tcServer is significantly less. However, total cost of ownership is a much larger cost, a more complex calculation, including but not limited to initial application development costs, ongoing maintenance costs, uptime, downtime, troubleshooting costs, upgrades, patches, and other operations costs, as well as hardware and virtualization license costs. In our application, we are running a report for Saving Money Incorporated. Saving Money Incorporated is moving into a cloud environment. In the cloud, elasticity and dynamic scaling is changing the way Saving Money Incorporated is developing and deploying their applications. The traditional pricing model is no longer working out for them. To save money, Saving Money Incorporated is looking to vFabric tcServer as a lightweight alternative to their existing J2E application server infrastructure. There are several aspects of total cost of ownership. Here are some of the drivers that we are using in our application. Migration. The cost of adopting new technology, including training and application modifications. Most developers are already familiar with Apache Tomcat and the Spring framework. This dramatically speeds up migration and makes it easy to train existing resources. tcServer is the best place to run your Spring applications. Application development cost involves the developer's salary and how effective a developer is programming that application. In addition to being agile when writing the code, one must also take into account application server-induced delays, such as installing, configuring, and restarting the application server. Restarting an application server is an event that takes place several times a day when a developer is writing software. Because vFabric tcServer is so lightweight, the amount of time these operations take are very minimal compared to a commercial application server. In our calculation, in our measurements of developer productivity, we could see that a developer in vFabric tcServer spent about 20 times less restarting the application server itself. Application deployment. These are operations costs. We need to set up test, QA, and production environments. Configure these for failover, disaster recovery. Once the system is up and running, we look at factors such as dev to production transition times, the time it takes to restart a system, the time it takes to patch or upgrade an existing system. vFabric tcServer is extremely lightweight. It has a very short restart time and the expense for this is very minimal. A commercial application server will have the same disadvantage in production environments as it has for developers in their development environment. A J2E server with its very long startup times, we can see the same delay here, the same 20x factor of restarting tcServer versus a J2E application server. Other factors in our total cost of ownership calculation is the time to value opportunity cost as well as the hardware costs. Time to value is how agile a developer is developing and how fast a developer can bring an application to market. Hardware costs are naturally the cause of the hardware itself as well as virtualization licenses. Because tcServer is so lightweight, the amount of memory and other system resources it uses is significantly less. tcServer becomes a perfect fit for virtual environments where consolidation is important. Now let's bring these calculations into perspective for Saving Money Incorporated. We can configure the number of applications we intend to migrate. In our case, 100. How many developers we have, how much a developer costs a year, how many system administrators we have on staff, and our application value. One of the things that's important to notice about vFabric tcServer is the number of system administrators that are required to use or to operate these systems. We almost never hear about dedicated Tomcat or dedicated tcServer administrators. Usually this job just falls in under an administrator for a Unix system or for a Windows system. After we punch in our numbers, we can see that the total cost, that's our most significant change, where the total cost of vFabric tcServer, including all our calculations, all our factors, is by a factor of half the price of a commercial J2E application server. We can print out a report and get our numbers in a detailed manner. The total cost over 3 years, in a comparison here, vFabric tcServer not only costs half as much, it also uses about half as many of the resources. We did mention that license cost is actually a fraction of what it would be. The license cost is not the biggest part of our calculation of total cost of ownership. Because tcServer is so easy to work with, we can also see significant savings in development costs and even more savings in our deployment or operations costs. vFabric tcServer, one of the main benefits is the cost saving for an organization. It is the perfect application server for a virtual environment. You should go and download a trial. While cost is one of the main benefits, tcServer is also optimized at different levels. It has vSphere integrations, optimizing it for consolidation of Java workloads in virtual environments. It has integrations with developers and operations, bridging the gap between these two organizations. If you would like to learn more, please ask us. We're happy to help.